The Ryan Opera Center and our artists have benefited so greatly by having Sir Andrew here at Lyric as our music director. One of the many ways in which Sir Andrew has worked with the Ryan Opera Center over the years is with master classes.
I love to work with them. I do find it very rewarding personally, and I hope they get something out of it too. Because if you're going to have a really successful career, then you have to have every aspect of your craft absolutely in your bones, you know, and I think that's what we aim to do, right?
We now have a pianist in the
Yes.
Ryan Opera Center, and it's just so great that you get to work with Chris, our current pianist.
Yes, and I very much enjoyed that, and I think that was one of the great additions to the program. One of the things that playing the piano for opera is an appreciation of what the orchestra actually sounds like,
right.
And being able to kind of, in the way you play, make a sort of an approximation to that. Can we have a look at the Act 2 finale?
Sure.
It's always tempting for a conductor to start this too fast.
Mm-hmm.
I was a lot of text. Here we go. Sciagurate non tardar, a signore, per rifammi col tremar, per rifammi il cuore tremar, per rifammi il cuore non sentite, parlate, non sentite, vi parlate, parlate, giù cielo, nice and lyrical, da da dee da dee do, kind of breathless, dee do. Per vestir femine sfoglie, la comprendo indegna moglie, e le tostore e ritorno. Non ascolto, non son rea, in volto, So, you know, I worked at Glyndebourne for many years. I first worked there in 1973. In the mists of prehistory. They were doing Nozze di Figaro. This passage, the Count sings, Mora, Mora. The general director of the company at that time was called Moran Caplet. So we did rehearsal and everyone would sing, Moran Caplet. Okay, that's my silly story for today, maybe. just go from there again, would you?
Sure.
Mora Caplet. Mora, più non sia, alla cieca gelosia, qual processo di oh, comprendo, io fo torto, il trasporto, alla cieca gelosia, qualche acceso, Susanna, Susanna. Because they both think that inside the closet is Cherubino. But it's not. Because Cherubino and Susanna have swapped places. And so they're both astonished. Signore, cos'è quel stupore? Il brando prendete, il paggio uccidete, palpaggio malnato, vedetelo qua, quel paggio è nato. Che storia è questa? Confusa la testa, non san come fa. Confusa la testa, non san come va. Confusa la testa. Se solo guardate che scusa sarà. Guardiamo, guardate. Quel soso sarà. Guardate, guardate, mi sono morta, il fiato mi bianco. Don't rush that. Bring that out. Adunque la fede d'un'anima amante al fiero mercede di Verosino. Second violins. Signore, Rosina, crudele, più bel donne ma il misero oggetto del vostro abbandono. Keep this fair. Good. As playfully as you can. Susanna, sono dolci con uomini signore, girate volgete, girate volgete, volgete, vedremo. Sottovoce. E questo momento, quest'alma. Enter Figaro. Signori fuori, le trombe sentite, i pifri udite. Good. Pian piano, ma in fretta, pian piano, ma in fretta, un debutto lede a pria di partir, pria di partir. Con arte le carte convien qui capir. Yeah, the woodwind there are legato.
Yeah.
So you could play them. Yeah. They're actually playing dotted quarters.
Oh, so it's all.
Yeah. But the strings are shorter, so it's nice. It's always nice to get the sense of the orchestra when you're playing. Just do that. Dum bum bum bum.
Sure. The first one or second one?
First time.
Sure.
Make the left hand short. No,
sorry.
I do this in 4.
4.
Conoscete Figaro, questo foglio chi vergogna. Niente, niente, dunque non that one is only a little mezzo fortepiano right at the end there.
I got too
And
excited.
the other thing I always do here, and there's lots of precedent for it, when the forte C comes in,
on.
I
Like a. Oh, I like that.
I always make the double, but yes.
I mean,
Yep. Good. Yeah. Can you make the left hand figure, which is the bassoons, and the count, more staccato?
oh, sure, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Just go a little bit before that. Wherever you want.
The top of the page.
But keep it steady. And again. Yeah, and then. So the beat there is almost the same. You know, there are colleagues of mine who like to make all the tempi in this Act 2 finale somehow related to each other.
Oh.
I don't, but this one pretty much works. Ah, signor, cose Good. Very good. Very nimble-fingered, I must say. You know, just have you got bar numbers? No.
I do. Yes.
So like, so in bar 542, for instance.
Yes.
Just the violas are playing these harmonies. Yes, that's such a nice note, that A flat.
Yeah.
You know, little things like that is always good. Bar 531. Segui pure, segui pure.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Thank you. What's this? Ingenio. Salto che fosti così, al sostico testi così. La Siviglia ove sarà, questo don, questo caldo fallo, non mi vedo di Dunque tu salta giù, ma perché? Tipi tappi sul muso. Salta giù dal terrore confuso e stravò. Good.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you. That's the scary part.
It's a handful. Yeah, I mean, in general, what's nice, you know, have you worked on Notte di Figaro before?
Nope, this is my first time.
What's always nice is to the extent that you can, and you know, the piano reduction is fine, but sometimes it's sort of interesting to figure out what the orchestra texture is, because that can actually help you sort of find the right color. You know, Figaro doesn't exactly know what's been going on, so he's making this stuff up. And Susanna and the Countess are trying to prompt him, and he doesn't always get the point. So it's quite brilliant. So let's just go to the end. Salta giù. Yeah. Salta giù dal terrore confusa e travolta ma un nervo. Vostre dunque saranno queste carte, ora porgila a me, sono in trappola, siamo in trappola, figa all'erta. Dite poi, questo foglio cos'è? Tosto, intanto aspettate. Sarà forse sommaria di debiti, no, la lista degli osti. Parlate e tu lascialo, parto su, a trovarti. Vanni, non temo, lascialo, parto su. Yeah, it's good. It's very good. The point is that, you know, everyone's on tenterhooks here, you know, so it's good. At one point, you know, I've been doing this piece over the years, and at one point I decided to do it slower than this, because I thought, you know, it would actually show that,
Walking on thin ice.
what's happening. But I think it was sort of slightly gilding the lily. Let's go after e parti.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dunque, yeah, I wouldn't actually make those crescendi.
Okay.
I would just do.
Stay back. Okay.
Yeah. One more time. One. Dunque. La patente. Oh, che testa. Oh, che testa. Questa è la patente che poc'anzi il figliuolo vide. Perché fare? Vi manca. What's missing? Vi manca. Il suggello, rispondi. E l'usanza su via di confonde. E l'usanza di porvi un suggello. Yeah, there's this marvelous thing where Figaro's scratching his head and they're saying, the seal's missing. And he finally gets it and he's so pleased with himself. Oh, let's go on, right there. Il suggello, come sta Now they're a nice little ensemble where they're all thinking their own thoughts. Se mi salvo di questo saler più Yeah, I think that might be just a whisker too fast.
Sure.
nu, som det nordisk That's the passage that you have, where they have the three of them in succession have this sort of patter.
Patter, yeah.
Che pretendo che contratto devi make it for fuar. And you know, if you get set off at too brisk a pace, they just can't get it out. So let's go from Marcellina's Un impegno nunziale. Sure. One. Hola, silenzio, silenzio, silenzio. Get steady. Legittime pretese che silenzio, silenzio, sono qui per giù. Il buon uomo al mondo con il vengo qui per testimone. I love that. Legato. Yeah. Oh, I love this part. Che bello, che hermoso. Canto. Yes, well done.
Thank you.
It's one of the best 20 whatever it is minutes of music in the whole literature, I think. Mm-hmm. And the way it just keeps building and building and building with the tension and then that final sudden change of tempo at the end, that great burst of energy.
Sir Andrew loves it so much, and there's something about that level of experience, I think, that he brings to the piece that makes, like, you can tell when he tells any of us something, it's not just like a spur of the moment, oh, this should be faster, but it's because he's lived with the piece for so long that, like, he knows exactly how it should be. What he talks about so eloquently is that Mozart does such an incredible job at defining each character musically. Like, of course, Da Ponte does dramatically because they're different characters, but that Mozart is so able to distinguish, you know, Cherubino from the Countess, from the Count, and because it's a musical thing, that's on me, right? It's on the orchestra to sort of aid in this. Sir Andrew was very adamant to the singers and also to me that the music has to have, we have to bring out these differences.
Bravo. That's a lot of finger work there.
It's a lot of E-flat major scales.
Congratulations.